Duolingo was known as the pinnacle of Gen Z marketing, where they basically took TikTok and the internet by storm with their very, very well-planned marketing campaigns and social media posts that rocketed them to fame, basically revived Duolingo. And then they pulled an extremely interesting marketing move recently that did an absolute 180. Let's just look at this. This was posted on LinkedIn 1 month ago, and Duolingo themselves posted this, writing, "Below is an all-hands email from our CEO, Louis von On. We are going to be AI first." Just like how betting on mobile in 2012 made all the difference, we are making a similar call now. This time, the platform shift is AI. What doesn't change, we will remain a company that cares deeply about its employees. So this is the all hands email. And the email reads, "I've said this in Q&As and many meetings, but I want to make it official. Duolingo is going to be AI first." And they bolded that just to make it sure. AI is already changing how work gets done. It's not a question of if or when, it's happening now. When there's a shift this big, the worst thing you can do is wait. In 2012, we bet on mobile. While others were focused on mobile companion apps or websites, we decided to build mobile first because we saw it was the future. That decision helped us win the 2013 iPhone App of the Year and unlock the organic word-of-mouth growth that followed. Betting on mobile made all the difference. We are making a similar call now, and this time the platform shift is AI. AI isn't just a productivity boost. It helps us get closer to our mission. To teach well, we need to create a massive amount of content, and doing that manually doesn't scale. One of the best decisions we made recently was replacing a slow manual content creation process with one powered by AI. Without AI, it would take us decades to scale our content to more learners. We own it to our learners to get them this content ASAP. AI also helps us build features like video call that were impossible to build before. For the first time ever, teaching as well as the best human tutors is within our reach. Being AI first means we'll need to rethink much of how we work. Making minor tweaks to systems designed for humans won't get us there. In many cases, we'll need to start from scratch. We're not going to rebuild everything overnight, and some things, like getting AI to understand our code base, will take time. However, we can't wait until the technology is 100% perfect. We'd rather move with urgency and take occasional small hits on quality than move slowly and miss the moment. We'll be rolling out a few constructive constraints to help the shift. We'll gradually stop using contractors to do work that AI can handle. AI will be part of what we look for in hiring. AI use will be part of what we evaluate in performance reviews. Headcount will only be given if a team cannot automate more of their work. Most functions will have specific initiatives to fundamentally change how they work. All of this said, Duolingo will remain a company that cares deeply about its employees. That, by the way, was in bold. This isn't about replacing duos with AI. It's about removing bottlenecks so we can do more with the outstanding duos we already have. We want you to focus on creative work and real problems, not repetitive tasks. We are going to support you with more training, mentorship, and tooling for AI in your function. So in the final end of the email, Louis writes, "Change can be scary, but I'm confident this will be a great step for Duolingo. It will help us better deliver on our mission, and for duos, it means staying ahead of the curve in using this technology to get things done." People are killing their 500-day streaks for this. I just think it's really funny that Duolingo says, "We will remain a company that cares deeply about its employees." And they really double down on that by bolding it in the email right after, 4 lines after they said, "We're going to replace contractors." I know contractors are not legally classed as employees, but they should still be viewed with the same care as an employee. This is just a very interesting move. They put this email out a month ago. People were not happy. People were not fans of what Duolingo was planning. Here is a thread posted by Thread user Matt Navarra writing, "Duolingo deletes its TikTok and Instagram posts amid AI backlash. After Duolingo said it was going AI first, things went downhill fast. Millions saw it as replacing humans with bots. The brand deleted all of its TikToks and Instagram posts, then posted a weird mass video skirting the backlash. Followers weren't impressed. Duolingo lost 400,000 followers on TikTok alone. Turns out going silent doesn't silence the outrage." And yes, they completely blacked out their social media, which is interesting. And then this is the weird video they posted May 20th.
"Hello world, I'm a part of Duolingo's social team, and it's time you all learn enough is enough. If you have seen this video, I'll know my plan has worked. I've had it with the CEOs and those in power. It is time we show them who's in charge. We taught the green bird how to twerk. We put him on the map, only for the elite to ruin it all. Everything came crashing down with one single post about AI. And for those accounts pretending to be me, you can't outdo the doer. You know that one time where Duo died? That wasn't a stunt. It was a signal, a distraction from what was really going on. We were just told to act normal, but I haven't had one normal thought since 2022. No more wearing that sweaty suit. No more taking the fall. We can't just move on and pretend that everything is fine. It isn't. No owl should be above the law. And no, they can't stop me. It's time to teach you a lesson. I changed all the passwords. Here comes the truth in 3, 2, 1.
Well, that was weird. People in the comment section weren't the happiest. So, a commenter writes, Duolingo crash out is crazy. Duolingo writes, not my problem. Somebody comments biggest downfall, and Duolingo says, sounds like a PR problem. And then somebody says, what is this? Duolingo says main character syndrome because nobody values our work. This is the main Duolingo account, by the way. The thing is, Duolingo gained popularity because, well, one, they had really, really viral videos of the bird in the little mascot outfit. But secondly, it's because Duolingo has developed a really, really snarky brand voice. And that was something they did back in like 2022, which is where they got popular. Duolingo's popularity was due to the snarky brand voice, because while every brand was like trying to figure out how to use TikTok, they didn't really get the hang of it. Duolingo like capitalized on the Gen Z humor with the brand voice. But this is where your snarky brand voice then runs you into problems, because it doesn't work when people are criticizing your company's decision to use AI, because then it just comes off as crass. And that's what Duolingo is sounding like right now. So on top of a lot of people already breaking their bajillion day Duolingo streak because of this, the snarky brand voice is not helping. And then, guys, Duolingo walked it back. So, May 24th, this post comes out by Fortune writing, Duolingo CEO walks back AI first comments. Quote, I do not see AI replacing what our employees do. A week after declaring that AI would eventually replace contract workers at the language learning app, Duolingo CEO said the company was continuing to hire and would support its existing workers in getting up to speed on the technology. It follows buzzy startup Klarna in backing off an AI-first promise. Duolingo has become the latest company to publicly temper its AI enthusiasm after a series of bold proclamations on AI replacing humans garnered severe criticism. And this is what the CEO wrote on LinkedIn 6 days ago. One of the most important things leaders can do is provide clarity. When I released my AI memo a few weeks ago, I didn't do that well. I've taken time to follow up internally with Duos, our employees, and now I want to follow up with all of you to provide more context into my vision. Here's a summary of what I shared with my team. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with AI, but I do know it's going to fundamentally change the way we work, and we have to get ahead of it. AI is creating uncertainty for all of us, and we can respond to this with fear or curiosity. I've always encouraged our team to embrace new technology. That's why we originally built for mobile instead of desktop. And we're taking the same approach with AI. By understanding the capabilities and limitations of AI now, we can stay ahead of it and remain in control of our own product and our own mission. To be clear, I do not see AI as replacing what our employees do. We are in fact continuing to hire at the same speed at before. I see it as a tool to accelerate what we do at the same or better level of quality. And the sooner we learn how to use it and use it responsibly, the better off we will be in the long run. My goal is for duos to feel empowered and prepared to use this technology. Nobody is expected to navigate this shift alone. We're developing workshops and advisory councils and carving out dedicated experimentation time to help all our teams learn and adapt. People work at Duolingo because they want to solve big problems to improve education. And the people who work here are what make Duolingo successful. Our mission isn't changing, but the tools we use to build new things will change. I remain committed to leading Duolingo in a way that is consistent with our mission to develop the best education in the world and make it universally available. So Duolingo was really gung-ho about this AI until they received this massive public backlash over it, and then the CEO decided to, I guess, walk back their pro-AI statement after they said that they're going to replace contractors with AI. I think it's interesting because I think maybe they're talking about the nuance of employee versus contractor. Legally, it's not the same, right? Legally, employees are classed differently than contractors. Legally, you must provide employees with, at least in the US, health insurance, etc., that you don't have to provide for contractors. So maybe that is where the distinction lies. And that when they say we care about employees, they mean everyone except contractors. So we have this article written by Adam Rowe posted to tech.co titled, Why Are Companies Backtracking on AI Pivots? Klarna, Starbucks, and Duolingo are admitting that AI can't do everything. They still want AI to do a lot. It starts out referencing Duolingo and how Duolingo's CEO decided that they were going to make a very heavy AI approach, and then saying that they, quote, don't see AI as replacing what our employees do, end quote. But other companies like Klarna are also backtracking. So if you guys don't know, Klarna is a buy now, pay later later service, Klarna also lost like a lot of money because people aren't paying. The article reads, Klarna has also waffled on AI tools in a public manner. The CEO is a huge AI proponent, and this week he used an AI avatar of himself to deliver part of the company earnings call. Earlier this month, the CEO told CNBC that AI has helped the company streamline its workforce by 40%, and the company shrunk from about 5,000 to now 3,000 employees. And recently, the company regrets cutting. And according to the article, recent statements include, I just think it's so critical that you are clear to your customer. There will always be a human if you want. As cost, unfortunately, seems to have been a too predominant evaluation factor when organizing this, what you end up having is lower quality. Really investing in the quality of the human support is the way of future for us. So it sounds like Klarna realized AI's quality isn't as good as human work, and they're regretting it. And then the next section reads, why Starbucks stopped replacing workers with AI. The Starbucks CEO stated, quote, what we're discovering is the equipment doesn't solve the customer experience that we need to provide, but rather staffing the stores and deploying with this technology behind it does, end quote. So it kind of sounds like a lot of these companies are making an AI pivot because they're seeing it as the next big thing, because it essentially is. It's the next big technological piece that people are talking about nowadays. But it's looking like for these companies, the really strong pivot into AI is not paying off the way they expect. It's one of those things where only time can tell at the end of the day, right? But it's just kind of interesting that Duolingo was not the first company to kind of have gone in AI headfirst, and they're experiencing the same backtracking that these other companies are doing. Very, very interesting. But at least as of now, Duolingo has been posting regularly on their socials again. They're just kind of acting like nothing happened.
I was relieved that it was just a babby. That's when I takes closer look and realize, fat babby.
Yeah, Duolingo's just posting videos. Bobby woke up. The baby woke up. The baby's awake, guys. Look. But yeah, that's kind of the thing at the end of the day. Companies think that AI can replace humans, and a lot of times you'll find that you lose quality. You lose the human experience, which is what makes the experience work in the first place, you know, like going through a drive-through, talking to a human being who can understand you. And if you do have an accent, etc., the AI just can't pick it up. I mean, at the end of the day, a big thing is just marketing, right? And from Duolingo's perspective, if their goal was to get people to talk about them, then they succeeded. If their goal was to lose trust in their audience, they also succeeded. It's just very interesting.